Hey there, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck reveal and review. This is going to be a Worlds Collide deck. If I can open it. For all my talk, having a cutting tool in here, still haven't done it, so I'm at the mercy of my fingernails. Let's see what, let's see the name here. It's N-Eva. Neva. N-Eva, probably, the Garden Overlord. And I'm going to guess that's Untamed. These. Let's say Star Alliance. Ooh, I got Untamed and These, but we got Saurian. Alright, definitely wouldn't have guessed that. Okay, that's interesting. Worlds Collide is in contention for house I'm most disappointed with in Worlds Collide compared to the other sets, although it certainly can still be good. Guess I'm hoping for some rush, for some Amber Rush in the Untamed. Strong board presence in the Saurian with Amber Control, and then maybe some Amber Control and board control in Dees as well. Maybe a little bit of player control would be cool, but I don't necessarily count on it so much. Compsos High Respects Flaxia can be cool if you can pull it off. We'll see though. Let's see what we get. Start with a Buzzle. I seem to start with Buzzle a lot. It is a common, but I feel like I'm overstocked on Buzzles. Buzzle's a 3-power beast with Skirmish and Play Fight. You may purge one of Buzzle's neighbors if you do ready Buzzle. I still don't love Buzzle, but I have become convinced it's the skill ceiling on it is pretty high, only because you have to make interesting choices about when it's right to purge things and when it's right not to. And you just gotta figure it out. But it is definitely an interesting card that has a lot of ways to play. Dendrix is a 5-power demon with Fight. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand. That could be nice. Harbinger of Doom is the big board wipe in this set, and I don't like it as much as the one from other sets, but that's okay. It's a 2-power demon with 3 armor, and destroy each creature. If I have ways to kill it on the turn I play it, then I don't mind so much, because it becomes a, hey, I can do it. Oh wow, 2 of them. Maybe good against Saurian, because you can just double kill things. Lilithal is a 5-power demon with Fight, Reap, Capture 1. Oh yeah, did I read Harbinger of Doom? Yeah, when it's destroyed, it destroys each creature. Lilithal, 5-power, Fight, Reap, Capture 1. Interesting. Misery Exploit, gain 1 amber for each damaged enemy creature. This is just, I think, one of the worst cards in Dees, so not excited about that. Rot Grub is a 1-power beast that on play makes your opponent lose 1, and when it reaps, you archive it. This is good. Tends to die, but it's good. Evil Eye is an action with a bonus amber, and it makes your opponent's keys, it makes keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. Since you aren't forging during your opponent's turn, it really only applies to them. It's a little bit of good amber control. Ooh, we have a Bornit's Touch. That's good deck control. Bonus amber, and you reveal the top 5 cards of a player's deck. You usually want to pick your opponent's. You purge a card revealed this way, and you shuffle the other revealed cards into that deck. I was playing with someone earlier today who was playing Infernus and didn't realize, or had forgotten, that they could purge from my deck. So she was looking through her discard pile, and I just said, it was a casual tier event. It wasn't, I don't know that I would say anything at a prime, but certainly at this level, I said, hey, are you aware you can purge from mine? She said, oh, that's a great idea. How about that Scrambler Storm on the top of your deck, on the top of your discard pile? So there you go. Gotta be careful giving people good advice, but I did it, and there you have it. It's a good card. Okay, Eye on the Fringes. This is great. It is I, it's not EE. I'm telling you people. It's a poetic thingy. Eye on the Fringes is a 1-power imp with elusive, and during your turn, after you discard a discard from your hand, you may purge a discard from a discard pile, and if you do, steal one. So basically, when you discard, let's assume you're not playing against Dees. It makes all of the cards that I think are bad, or certainly that are situationally bad, good suddenly, because you play the Eye on the Fringes, and then you discard your Misery Exploit. When you discard it, you have the option to purge a card from your discard pile. Maybe you choose to purge Misery Exploit. It gets purged and you steal one. That's fantastic. Now, if your opponent also has Dees, you can decide to purge. You can discard a discard from your hand and decide to purge a discard from their discard pile. And depending on what cards are around, that may or may not be really good. So anyway, great card. Happy to see it. Wish I had like an Exhumed to keep it around, but that's okay. Ooh, Snag is a 5-power demon with Fight. Your opponent must choose the house of the creature Snag fights as their active house on their next turn. That is solid player control. I would love, the dream here is to get a couple of Instruments of Silence in Untamed, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. But that would make this very good, like, repeatable player control. And then we have 3 Fates, which is an action with the bonus amber that destroys the 3 most powerful creatures. That can be a nice way to clear the way for your Eye on the Fringes to actually stay on the board. Really nice. Alright, Saurian. Ooh, Imperium. Good start. Bonus amber, and you ward 2 friendly creatures. I probably, if I can help it, want to ward the Eye and maybe the Snag, although we'll see what else we get. Prefectus Ludo is a 5-power dinosaur politician that gives other friendly creatures destroyed move each amber on this creature to the common supply. So it turns all your captured amber, like let's say for example on Lilithal. Lilithal has 3 amber captured on her. She gets killed. And the Prefectus Ludo was on the board. Well, then that amber just evaporates rather than going back to your opponent. So very nice if you can keep it out. This is a good target for ward 2. No taunt so far. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Ooh, Golden Spiral. This is an artifact that can exhaust to exalt a friendly creature, and then you ready and use that creature. That, maybe use the Snag, maybe you use the Rot Grub, maybe you use, I probably wouldn't use the Rot Grub because I don't want to exalt it. Maybe you use the Dendrix, right? There are lots of options. Theros Centurion is a 6-power dinosaur soldier with 1 armor and play, fight, capture 1. Really nice. You know what I wouldn't mind seeing here is like a senator or a Tribune Pompatus to make the Theros Centurion and the Lilithal and whatnot extra big. That would be super cool. Tribute is an action with a bonus amber that says the most powerful friendly creature captures 2 amber. Remember, it's the most powerful, so you gotta look at which of my creatures is the most powerful. It captures 2 amber, and then you may exalt that creature to repeat the preceding effect. If you have creatures that are tied for most powerful, it is possible to pick one of them, capture onto it, exalt that one, and then pick a different one, because you're repeating the preceding effect, which is the most powerful friendly creature does something, and each time you can pick a different most powerful creature if there's a tie. 2 tributes. Happy to see that. One way to do this, if you happen to have, both tributes and Theros Centurion in your hand, you have maybe maybe you have all 4 of these in your hand, and you have Golden Spiral ready on the board. You drop Theros Centurion. You also play Prefectus Ludo. You tribute to capture a lot of amber. You tribute to capture even more amber onto the Theros Centurion, and then you use Golden Spiral to throw the Theros Centurion into something and have it die, and the amber just evaporates. That could be pretty good. Wouldn't have minded a 3rd one, but 2 is great. Tricerian Legionary is a 5-power dinosaur soldier with 1 armor, and taunt and play ward a friendly creature. So a little more ward, and we do have a way now to protect, like the Eye or the Ludo, things like that. That's pretty good amber control at this point between the Eye and the tributes. Draco Praco is a 4-power dinosaur politician who, after reaping, you may exalt it, and if you do, choose a house and rage each creature of that house. I don't think this is very good. It could be if your opponent has like a lot of logo stuff with good reap effects, but outside of that, I tend to, usually when I have dino boards, it's kind of feel bad to me to make my opponent's creatures have to fight. I'm like, please leave my board alone. So yeah, I don't know. I don't love this one, but to each their own. All right. Gargantodon is a 10 power beast that enters play stunned. It only deals 4 damage when fighting, and it says each amber that would be stolen is captured by a creature controlled by the active player instead. There's been some questions about this, by the way. First of all, it says it's captured by a creature controlled by the active player. Earlier today, this came up in a game where my daughter was playing against somebody, actually, who had a Chin Can on the table, and that card says that after a player chooses a house that isn't already on the board, the controller of Chin Can steals one. So my daughter picked a house that she didn't have on the board, so Chin Can would steal one, but because Chin Can was stealing one, it would get captured instead because there was a Gargantodon on the board, and actually my daughter had to one of her creatures because of the way Gargantodon is worded. It's captured by a creature controlled by the active player. So anyway, important to know. And additionally, because it is a replacement effect, even if if you're trying to steal and you have no creatures, then first the steal is replaced by a capture, and then because you don't have a creature that can capture, nothing happens, and so it ends up actually just neutralizing the steal completely, rather than even turning it into a capture. So it can be pretty powerful. I'm a little sad about seeing it in with Eye on the Fringes. It might be a discard in this deck. Okay, on to Philophosaurus. This is great. I love this with Golden Spiral. It means if it's already on the board, you can use it twice. If it's not, you can drop it and use it once before your opponent kills it. It's a 4-power Dinosaur Philosopher with Reap. You may look at the top 3 cards of your deck, archive 1, add 1 to your hand, and discard 1. It's so powerful. It's, I think, one of the best deck filtering mechanisms out there. It's better than Igor, right? Because Igor, you're going to discard 2 cards and keep 1. Here you keep 1, you discard 1, and then you throw 1 in your archive. So it's just a tremendous amount of control you have over what's happening with your cards. Oh my gosh. I got the combo. I got the combo. Okay. Alright. I got Cincinnatus Rex. Cincinnatus Rex is a 6-power dinosaur politician with 4 armor. And if there are no enemy creatures, you destroy it, so you gotta be careful about that. After Cincinnatus Rex fights, which it can do a lot because it has 4 armor, you may exalt it, and if you do, you ready each other friendly card. It's really important here. Put these cards aside. Oh, I get one more Saurian card after this. We'll see what it is. I don't think it's going to be a Pompatus. It'd be cool. So let's imagine I have a ready Golden Spiral, and I have like these 3 cards in my hand. Golden Spiral's ready. I play Cincinnatus Rex, Philophosaurus, Theros-Centurion. I use Golden Spiral to exalt and use Cincinnatus Rex. He fights. After he's done fighting, I can exalt him to ready each other friendly card, which means readying the Philophosaurus, the Theros-Centurion, and the Golden Spiral. Which means that I can then use the Golden Spiral on Cincinnatus Rex again. So I can use Golden Spiral on Cincinnatus Rex again, do his thing, ready everything again, use these. It's incredible. So, does it work? Sometimes. I've played against these decks and beat them. It's definitely possible to beat them, but it's extra powerful with the Philophosaurus because you have a chance to do so much deck filtering that even if, even after Cincinnatus Rex dies, you just put yourself in a really good situation. almost equivalent, really comparable to like Martian Generosity. So that's really exciting. And having the Prefectus Ludo is really reassuring because it means that when Cincinnatus Rex inevitably dies from my opponent having no creatures, the amber just evaporates, which is fantastic. Alright, and the last one is Favor of Rex. It's an action with a bonus amber, and you trigger the play effect of a creature as if you just played it. Who do I want to use that on? Maybe the Trisarian Legionary, maybe Theros Centurion.
The wrong.
Siri was trying to help there, but I don't want her help. What else? Maybe Rot Grub, and that's not so bad. Those are really the only ones. So far you'd want trigger. We'll see what we get in Untamed. Anyway, okay, well, I'm excited. That's crazy. I got it. I'm excited to have that combo. Alright. Deepwood Druid is a 3-power elf witch with deploy and play reap, fully heal a neighboring creature. That could be nice with like a Theros Centurion if you're alternating turns. Could be nice. Got 2 of those. Okay, interesting. I don't love Deepwood Druid, but if you can get in the right place, it can be okay. Not bad next to a snag either. Imprinted Murmook is a 3-power beast with elusive, and it makes your keys cost -1. That's fantastic. Got 2 of those. That's great. I love it. Okay, that's fantastic. I would not mind a third, but we didn't get a third. We got a Molefin. And I was going to say one of the things I wish we had in this Saurian lineup is like an Odoac, right? Something that is Steel Hate. Here we have it. Molefin is a 3-power beast with Hazardous 3, and after Amber is stolen from you, you deal 1 damage to each enemy creature for each Amber stolen. So, really nice Steel Hate. Mustic Murmook is a 4-power beast that says each player's keys cost +1, and after you play it, you deal 4 damage to a creature. Interesting. Ooh, 2 of those. Wow. So if you have all 4 Murmooks out, then your keys cost normal, but your opponent's cost 8. So that's pretty okay. Rustnar is a 4-power beast and insect with fight, destroy an artifact. If that artifact has an amber bonus, you gain that much amber. That can be really nice. And wow, you can use this is something you can use on your Saurian turn with that golden spiral. The Finnest is an action with a bonus amber that gives each friendly creature a +1 power counter. I think in here it's pretty okay. Don't mind having an extra big eye on the fringes, etc. Ooh, Fangtooth Cavern. I don't know. That might be a discard here. And it's probably going to depend on whether it comes out before or after Eye on the Fringes. If I've already played Eye on the Fringes and it's died, then maybe I'd play Fangtooth Cavern. But otherwise, I probably don't want to do that. Fangtooth Cavern is an artifact with a bonus amber that says at the end of your turn, destroy the least powerful creature. And, having a creature I really care about that's 1, I probably don't want to have that hanging around. But, maybe you play it and immediately destroy it with the Rustnar. There are options. So, it's not all bad. Have to try it out and see. Feathered Shaman is a 2-power human witch with elusive, who has fight, reap, ward each of the Feathered Shaman's neighbors. That's really nice. Good way to protect our Saurian board. Interesting note, with a creature like Cincinnatus Rex that has a state-based destroy himself effect. If there are no enemy creatures, destroy him. With a creature like that, if you have a ward on there, it doesn't save him from that particular fate, right? Because if there are no enemy creatures, he's going to immediately destroy himself. That will cause the ward to pop, and then he'll immediately still destroy himself. So he can't be saved that way. And oh, this is interesting. Last we have Creed of Nurture. This is an artifact with Omni. Sacrifice Creed of Nurture. If you do, reveal a creature from your hand and choose a creature in play. For the remainder of the turn, the chosen creature gains the text box of the revealed creature. There's a weird... you could do some weird stuff with that. Okay, so let's think about it. For 1, You could give, like, Cincinnatus Rex or one of your other fight creatures Rustnar's effect. You could give Thero Centurion Snag's effect. You could give Philophosaurus Lilithal's effect or Rotgrub's effect. Oh no, that wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be good. You could... you could give something else Philophosaurus' effect. I mean, imagine a Saurian turn where you have Philophosaurus in your hand, you burn the Creed of Nurture to give Draco Philophosaurus' effect. Play the Philophosaurus, use the Cincinnatus Rex, and get to do 12 Philophosaurus Reaps, essentially, because you would be rule of sixth only on, well, I guess you do 11. You'd be rule of sixth on the Philophosaurus, but the other creature, the Draco has a different name, so you could reap 6 times with it. That's interesting. That's spicy. Okay, this is real interesting. I mean, even with so much ward, you could even maybe keep the Eye on the Fringes safe from the Fangtooth Cavern. I don't know. Good. I love the Mermooks. There's good, a little bit of amber control, some your own, speed up there, some board control stuff. Really, really interesting Saurian. Interesting Dees. I don't love some of the Dees, but it doesn't matter as much because we have the Eye on the Fringes. Philophosaurus can set you up for a really crazy powerful Eye on the Fringes turn where you steal 12 or something. This seems really good. I'll have to try it out and see how it goes. But it seems very good, and I am excited. This was in Eva. I'm going to pronounce it Neva. Neva, the Garden Overlord. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry, this one went long, but I kind of geeked out on explaining those combos, and they're fun. I've played against them. I've won against them. I've lost to them, and it's fun stuff. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and that you will get out there and forge some keys.